underway. Smith sends the ball deep, and it's the York Knights who will get first use of the ball. Bit of a juggle in the in-goal area. I've been really impressed with him, what I've seen of him so far.
Yeah, the full York front row, Vaughan and McShane, it's got that beautiful combination of experience and guile, and just a credible threat to this Wigan team here tonight.
Yeah, they have. Ball now works its way forward. Sam Cook, brought in on loan from Newcastle, former Knights player, of course, back with the club. He gets to go tonight. Injuries starting to bite on not... Well, he's not one of the biggest squads in the competition. Last one. And now they'll kick with Richardson. It's a high kick. Should be dealt with on the full by Marshall. He's going to catch it 30 out from his own line. He's thinking about the pass. In the end, he takes the tackle.
Yeah, it's a poor kick that from Danny Richardson. He wants to put another 20 yards on that, really get a galvanised kick chase behind it. The kick was too short. And look at Wigan now. They're just going to ease into the York half in the first set of 6.
Yeah, and here they go with Kieran. Drives over the halfway line. All be played now. Here's Havard, the man who's had such a key part to play in this brilliant start for Wigan. O'Neill finds Farriman, finds Walters. Already inside the 30, last one. O'Neill waits, will go to Farriman. He's going to float the kick high. It's a deep kick, will be come down on the line. It's gathered and instantly tackled on this near side of York, 5 off their own line.
Yeah, good spot from Farriman to find, just 3 yards out from that York line. And these are tough carries now, Mark, against a stacked, muscular Wigan middle unit. You've got to find something, just get to the ground, get a quick ruck and off you go. But it's more difficult than it seems. Bit of a knock here for Paul McShane, who's stayed down after like a late contact.
It's not a bang on the cheek there, the former man of steel, Paul McShane.
Yeah, I had a chat with him before the game, and I asked him how his body was. He said fine. He said it's my mind that's the problem. And I loved the honesty, because when you get to this stage of your career, you know so much. Paul McShane knows so much about the game, and has all the wisdom and guile of 15 years at the top flight. It's just mentally getting yourself in the right place. But nights like tonight are good for that, because this is, coming to this stadium against Wigan, a champion team. He'll be up for it. He's just getting bandaged up, but he is crucial for York. I can't overstate how important that man is in terms of controlling the rhythm of a game.
Yeah, he's puff of the cheeks from McShane. He's had this done a few times, I'd imagine.
He has, yeah. Yeah, and, it's worth mentioning as well, look how many of Matty Peate's players are watching here tonight. We're just in a shot of Jay Field up in the stands. Bevan French will be here somewhere, and Jake Waller, you mentioned him before the game. What about that as a trio players to be missing out on?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I dare say if you said to any other coach you could take 3 players out of the Wigan team, those would be the 3, wouldn't they?
Maybe that's what Mark Applegarth's done.
Maybe, but his side are trying to work their way out. Last tackle again, they're penned just outside the 20. Richardson under pressure, gets the kick away. Marshall dropped right back there, and he has to race forward, catches it on the full. And again, Wigan are going to start nearer the halfway line than their own 40. And for all the talk about the flair that Wigan have got, it's their muscle in defence, it's their sheer unwillingness to let you out.
Yeah, and I think Matty Pete, said about the Challenge Cup game last week that he wanted to galvanise his team around one thing, and he didn't say what it was, but 6 again here. But what I can imagine that would be is get the physical aspect of the game right, compete so hard in those areas, and that's what they've done here in the opening exchanges, front-loaded their energy, and look, they're just winning possession and territory so easily.
Yeah, all carried into contact. Thought about an offload for a moment. There was Hodkinson, the fullback in support, didn't get it this time. Ball now works its way to Farriman, little shake of the hips, gets it away now to Walters. Walters inside the 10, and already York being pushed back here towards their own try line. Wigan knocking on the door early on. Ball now to Farriman, will get it away to O'Neill, finds Smith, bodies in motion, they've got numbers out wide. Here's a chance for Marshall, great tackle. Ben Jones-Bishop, wonderful defence.
What a tackle, Ben Jones-Bishop. He read 2 defenders, picked the right one.
Here's the high kick, challenge, Kieran will catch it, needs to get an offload away and he can't. York survive, well played the York Knights there, they were stretched both sides of the field, but they come up with the ball.
Yeah, just a really stunning defensive play from Ben Jones-Bishop. He just reads it so well, pushes off Liam Farrell, takes Marshall to ground. That's a magical tackle, that, and a really important one.
It's not the easiest, Liam Marshall, to stop from that kind of range, but he comes up with the goods, as he has done so many times. Ball now works its way across, and, well, York will be happy just to get up to the 30-yard line here, 30-metre line. They'll play it now. Here's Richardson, drops it back. Again, so tough to put down. He's got good leg strength. McShane, bandaged, gets the ball away. This is a much better set from York. They're rolling downfield here, the Knights. Last one, this time Richardson with a bit more time can pick his spot. And he goes for the young fullback, Hodkinson. Collects it on the 10, but that, John, a far better set from the Knights.
Yeah, it's all about generating a bit of speed. I think it was Matt Arthur. He just generated a quick ruck, and look, it rolls then, doesn't it? York rolled down the field. And Danny Richardson, the same as his first two kicks, he's just 40 yards further on. Much better from York.
Well, they've won against Hull Kingston Rovers and Hull FC. Oh, they've given away a penalty. They'll be furious with that. Done so much good work in that set. And now they undo it all with a cheap penalty.
Yeah, and the referees have been really consistent with this. You know, any afters, any attempt to wrestle in the ruck, it's a penalty. And just trying too hard to control a contact that you've lost. Once it's gone, Mark. You've got to let it go. Just a little secondary effort on Eckersley. And now Wigan just... such an easy way to get downfield.
Yeah, that's a good tackle on Havard, needed to be as well. Good tackle round the midriff. Ball now with Smith. Smith with a plethora of options, goes for Junior Nasemba, who's turned away and hammered into the ground. Jesse D involved in the tackle. O'Neill finds Smith, gets it away here. Ellis offloads back to Smith. Second phase, moving it wide is Walters. Walters trying to get through, is dragged down. Good scrambling defence again from the Knights, but they're being tested out early on here at the Brick. Farriman will get it away to O'Neill, just pops it up for Thompson. Route one from him. Last one. Wigan, centre field, they're going to the right, short pass, they need an offload, it's a flick pass, finds Farriman, side steps his way, but Vaughan will clamp him and the ball just a metre off the York line.
It's great defence again from York. Now we talk so much about structure and structural defence and defending as a team, but you know what, to win games, and to win games at the Brick Community Stadium, you've got to make big tackles. Big tackle from Ben Jones-Bishop, another big tackle there from Paul Vaughan.
Yeah, two big tackles, 2 tries saved. Here is Ben Jones-Bishop. Now a good carry, good contact from Junior Nasemba. What it was, the former Castleford man. Here's Richardson, ships the ball out wide to D, to the 40. Real tough start here. York doing well so far. Mata'afa this time can't get free. Last one. Play the ball on the 40. They're going. Oh, it's 6 again on the last tackle.
Nightmare for Wigan.
It is. See, Pete won't be happy with that. Full set they've done. They're looking for another penalty here, York. They get the offload away. They spin over on the far side. Well, I think they know if they're going to win here, they've got to take some risks with the ball, and they're already showing they're prepared to do that.
It's tempered though by direct, isn't it? Because they go sideways like they are doing now, but it's often then somebody squaring it up, you know, getting a direct carry off the back of it, and that's what's been effective for York in round 1 to 4.
Here now is Richardson. Richardson, short pass to Jesse D. Inside the 10 come the Knights. Last one for them. They've had back-to-back sets. Mata'afa puts the kick in. Picked up by Wigan, who fall upon it. And it's Wigan's turn to defend their line.
Well, credit York for just absorbing all that pressure. As we said, a couple of big tackles to keep Wigan out. Now finally got some territory. And this is so important now where discipline comes into it, Mark. You've got to be squeaky clean. You just acknowledge when you've lost the ruck and let it go.
Yeah, good tackle from Sam Cook. Here is Zach Eckersley. Drives infield. Havard carries, but he's going sideways and he's wrestled to the ground. Last one, it's Wigan who are struggling for metres. Here they're kicking from deep. Good distance on the kick. Mata'afa lets it bounce. He's going to, has a bit of a juggle with it. Collects it inside the 10. Looks up. What's the chase like? Pretty good. They'll be happy with that, Wigan, from where they started. They turn it over just outside the 20.
Yeah, and it's a grind now for both sides. And I think with the increased pace of the game, sometimes defensively it must feel like you're just hanging on. You know, it's certainly more meters made per set. Rucks are quicker, fewer in tackles. So the game feels more frantic. And that's what I said before the game. The championship sides that have come up almost feel more comfortable in that space than our top teams.
Here's Vaughan, the experienced Paul Vaughan. Over 200 NRL appearances for him. Last one, Richardson sends it high. Hodkinson waits on his line, walks forward, collects it. Now sets off, looking to find a hole in the defence. There's nothing there. It's another set completed by the Knights.
He's got good feet as Hodkinson, hasn't he? You can just see he's got that frame as well where looks he can take another 5-10 kilos of weight into that frame, and he's an exciting prospect.
Yeah, certainly is. Eckersley wrapped up. Cook again with a tackle. Ngannou involved as well, but Cook has stayed down here, so York are a player light in their defensive line. Cook slowly gets to his feet, back into the defensive line, and here now goes O'Neill, finds Walters. Walters over the halfway line.
Cook got up, put his boot back on, and then sees Sam Walters coming at him full tilt.
Here's a kick, end over end kick. This needs a bounce for Wigan. It doesn't get one. That's a poor kick and a pretty ordinary end to the set.
Yeah, it's a strange one from Harry Smith. He's usually so consistent at catching the ball through the belly, getting that spiral, you know, that sort of falls away from the defenders aiming to catch it. It's just a poor contact from Harry Smith, and 7 tackles set here now for York.
Yeah. Well, just over 10 gone. Knights had a couple of early scares, but credit to them, defended beautifully. And now they'll bring it forward. Mikael Williams tackled. Towards halfway they go. Well, the possession dominant in terms of Wigan, but 2 sets of 100% completion rates. Be pretty pleased with that.
Yeah, no errors with the ball. It's all been about Wigan pressure and York's ability to withstand it.
Well, they have withstood it so far. Now they're starting to put a squeeze of their own on. Here they go up the middle of the field. That's a nice run again. Really good carry from Mata'afa, and now the ball will be played. McShane has a look, sees some space, didn't quite get hold of the kick as he would have wanted. Ball's on the ground. Who knocked it? It's play on. There's a chance here for York. They're over the line. The only question, how did it get to Nofaluma? And the referee on pitch says this is a try. York score the first points of the night.
So, it's such an awkward looking kick from Paul McShane. Probably didn't go where he wanted it to, but it gave his chasers the chance to compete. It came off the back of McShane just spotting that there was space out on that left-hand side. It's Nofaluma who's got the ball down. It's off the back of tidy tactical play. McShane just spots it, doesn't get it right. It's Nofaluma who actually goes up for it. It's a scrappy competition. He dots the ball down. I can't see a reason for this to be disallowed. I need to have a tighter look at the catch off the back of the kick, but smart play from McShane. It's all about whether there's contact here, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's whether Nofaluma touches that, but he dots it down, no doubt.
Yeah, try for the Knights, awaiting confirmation, but looks pretty good. McShane with a head bandage comes up with a kick. Kieran bats it back, and Wigan didn't deal with it. Simple as that.
Yeah, first chance, first points, it looks like, for York.
Well,
didn't see that. It's just we just flashed up the possession stats. Now you come to the Brick Community Stadium, it's 71% possession in favour of the Warriors, territory in favour of the Warriors. You're expecting a Warrior scoreline to be bigger than a 0. Well, it's not, and York have not only withstood the pressure from Wigan, they've struck back, Mark. It's an impressive start from them.
Tough kick here, the kick on its way, and the kick is a belter. What a start for the York Knights. Danny Richardson, as he's done so often in his career, landing a big goal. Well, there's bandages and blood everywhere for the Knights, but they've got the first try of the night.
Yeah, Wigan just probably need Farriman and a few more, Walters even, to get on his bike and just get around that. It's a bit of a lacklustre effort on the last play from that Wigan right edge. They had enough people in the vicinity to get around that, and stop it from happening. Credit to Noah Faluma, he reacted quickly to his own challenge in the air. What a start from York.
Yeah, and all that off the 7 tackle restart at the other end.
Big moments, massive moments in games. They really matter. It's just a poor kick from Harry Smith. Net result looked like it was going to be 4, but 6 points. 6-0 York.
Yeah. Well done to the Knights. Well, they caused a big upset on the opening night when they beat the champions Hull Kingston Rovers, and they're setting them out last year's grand final runners-up Wigan here. Wigan thought they were going to have it all their own way. They better think again.
Brad, give him space. Hold. Go for Brad, you're not squirming.
All now into the hands, and again it's another good carry.
He's been exceptional. Mataafa, play 4, fullback coming into the line to generate ruck speed. Not only that, he wins a penalty. It's maybe his 4th carry where he's just carried Wigan defenders backwards. That's the physical battle that I'm talking about, Mark, that you must get right. And Wigan have not found a way to suppress his ability to make meters, and in this instance win penalties.
That is a great touch-finding kick as well. Here's the incident, here's the run.
Great carry, such a good carry.
Well, can York go back-to-back here? They're going to get a big chance here. They're inside the Wigan 40. Vaart takes it forward. McShane waits. Plotting gets it away now to Vaughan. Up to the 20. Come the Knights. All now into the hands of Richardson. Gets it away. Here is the fullback again. This time Wigan stop him. Well, they've got 2 more to survive here, the Warriors. Can they hang on? Just like York did at the other end. There was a attempted offload, but they hang on to it. Which way are they going? McShane fires it to Richardson. Out the back, Mataafa gets it away. Could be a chance here, but I think, not sure they got it down, and they may well have been in touch anyway. Ben Jones-Bishop. Well, the referee has said that this is a try. Well, Liam Farrell shakes his head. Marcus Griffiths had no doubt.
Yeah, look, this will be an amazing finish. Danny Richardson does a beautiful job here. He stays so square. It's easy when you're the ball player and you sense there's an opportunity to drift towards where the space is. Well, Danny Richardson just preserves it nicely. Mataafa with the ball. And
did his foot just go in a touch?
I mean, this will be an epic finish if he's got this down. Oh.
Tell you what, he might be getting on in age, but he's given it everything. And we're awaiting this to be confirmed. Just there. Did the foot touch the... I think that he's in touch.
It looks like it, doesn't it? It's just that right heel just scrapes the whitewash. Lucky.
Yeah, they are looking at this. They're having a review of this. So I think this could well be chalked up. It was a great effort, but it looked from the back angle that his foot went into touch. Let's find out.
Okay, Ben Jones-Bishop is in possession. He's in possession, he jumps. And then his right foot hits the touchline there before the ball is grounded. It's going to be no try.
Well, they had a look at it. Liam Rush didn't take long. It was a great effort, a valiant effort from Ben Jones-Bishop, but he had just gone into touch. But it's another warning shot from the Knights. Wigan this time hang on.
Good eyes, Mark. You spotted it. You saw that right heel just drag on the whitewash. It was almost an incredible finish. It was almost delightful from Ben Jones-Bishop. Some start to the game for him. Obviously a try-saver at the other end. Nearly a wonder finish at the Wigan end. Wigan are in a bit of spot of bother here, really, for how dominant they've been statistically. Just York's probably physically having the better of it in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, they are. I think they'll take great pride in that move there. They very nearly scored, didn't they? It was good hands from Richardson.
Yeah, and if you're attacking Wigan, you're going at Liam Farrell, aren't you? Obviously, Jake Wardle out. You've got a back row. Look, Liam Farrell, versatile as they come. But that's the edge you're going at, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they've given away a penalty here. More annoyance for York, but they're 6 to the good. They could so easily have been more.
Yeah, again, just easy decision there for Marcus Griffiths. It's just so close, isn't it? From Ben Jones-Bishop. Wow. Hey, big effort from Marshall, wasn't it?
It was a really good effort.
Paul, get out of there! Hold.
Right, Wigan looking to hit back. Can York hold them out? A nice bounce in the end for Farrell. That could have gone horribly wrong for Wigan. It's just looked a little bit disjointed, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, you take those key players out of the team and it just feels different, it looks different, and you know, I think Wigan need to be comfortable with their attack just not maybe going so well. Their issue here has been not dealing with York's physicality with the ball. 6 again. This is a real test now for York.
Yeah, well, Wigan are going to knock at the door. Another set of 6 as well, so they're back here with Farriman. Farriman going through. Oh, he tried wanting to reach out, he couldn't. Great saver again. Not the best pass. Wigan will just reset. Ellis will take the tackle.
Get out, Sam, get the line!
York back on their own line. Can they defend their lead? Here's Smith now. Smith gets it away. It's an awful pass. Could be a break on. Ben Jones-Bishop racing away. Ben Jones-Bishop streaking inside. If he got by Hopkinson, he's done well. But Wigan's attack misfires again. And here come the Knights now, spreading it through the hands. Nicar Williams. Well, great scramble, but once again, Wigan's attack, John, is misfiring completely.
Yeah, just scrappy and timing off, and Harry Smith used to flinging that out the back to Bevan French or Jay Field. Look, it's gonna feel a bit clunky for Wigan. I think they just need to accept that. As I said, this is where they need to be better defensively, dealing with Mata'afa, bumps one off, gets an offload. This is where York are actually winning this battle. In these situations, tight combat areas. That's nothing to do with Wigan's attack.
Yeah, well, here come the Knights now. Short pass, VAR hit hard, but still stays on his feet.
Wigan away!
He's been some recruit, hasn't he? Ball now with McShane. They're firing it to that left-hand edge. Mata'afa drops it back here for Griffin. Griffin is wrapped up 5 away. Can the Knights extend this lead? Short pass to Vaughan. Vaughan to the line. Vaughan's got to the line here. I think he's got this down. He has. Paul Vaughan has scored underneath the post. He hurls the ball into the crowd. And York do double up. Right under the post. They lead by 10 points to 0. Wigan's defence in tatters.
What about the big man spiral bomb into the crowd as a celebration? You've got to love it. You've got to be careful. He's getting on. He could easily tweak a hammy doing that sort of business. It's a great try, and it's an exact example of what I'm talking about, where Wigan have been poor. Look, it came from their clunky attack and the ball going to ground off a Harry Smith pass. Ben Jones-Bishop in the clear, field position and territory to the York City Knights, and when they're down there, Paul McShane knows, keep it direct. That's where Wigan need to be better. That's the clip. That's too soft, it's too easy. And Paul Vaughan, look, it's a powerful carry and a great finish from him. There's no chance he should be scoring that against the championship defence. That's a softie. It's a soft try. Loving the celebration, Paul Vaughan. More of it, please.
Well, he looked in good spirits when you were speaking to him ahead of the kick-off. They were full of beans, weren't they, the York Knights?
Yeah, I wasn't so sure about his facial hair. If we could get a close-up of Paul Vaughan's new goatee beard, it's not the greatest.
Well, Danny Richardson here, having just nailed one from the sideline. This is a gift. 12 points to 0.
It's just too straight. Paul Vaughan's beard is too straight, it's too manicured. It's a great finish from him though. Again, Harry Smith on the deck, great reaction. Ben Jones-Bishop, great reaction from York, up and aggressive. It's a good chase back from Hodkinson. But it's that field position and territory that led to Paul Vaughan just falling over the line. It's that man McShane, he's lethal in those small areas like this, just picking out a way to nudge one of his bigger men over the line. 3 Wigan defenders he's pushed aside there.
Yeah. 3 big forwards under the posts. Wow, the York Knights. A quarter of the game gone, they lead by 12. They stunned the Super League on home soil in round 1, beating the champions. For all we talk about Wigan having players missing. York have got some key players, like Sir Jordan Thompson, Liam Harris not in the squad tonight.
Yeah, but there's a simplicity to how York play the game. It's all constructed through Paul McShane. It all revolves around these sorts of carries that are tight and tough around the ruck. They're not super expansive, Mark. You know, they keep it tight, they complete high and get to kicks like this. Now, we're going to probably still just trying to play like they've got their starman in the team. Just engage in this confrontation that's going on down the middle of the field. Get that right first.
Yeah. Well then, what happened there? I think Marshall went to play it and eventually hung on to it. Didn't knock it on. All carried forward by Farrell. Wigan fans getting a little bit jumpy here because it's not going to plan at all here. And it's on the back of great defence and some good attack from the Knights. Here's Mago sent on just to try and mix things up for the Warriors. Finds an offload. He gets it away to Havard. Havard goes inside the 40. Short pass here. Hodkinson almost broke through. Last one for Wigan. They'll get it away now to Smith. Smith steps forward, sends a high tester. No Faluma on his line. Gets up, catches it. And he's going to be tackled. Can he get... Oh, he's offloaded it. What a pass. Right on his own line. The Knights come up with another big play.
Beauty. You've got to love it. Noah Faluma in all sorts. He's getting dragged back for sure. Instead of getting dragged back over his line and dropping out under the sticks. It's a wonderful offload. Big moment.
That's a penalty.
It's a tip, isn't it, from Patrick Mago. Sam Wood does well to just position his body. What an offload that is. Hey, York have been in charge of the big moments here. You know, the Harry Smith kick going dead, you know, getting out, making big tackles. All of the big moments in the game, York have just been there.
Quick.
Yeah, what they do to have Jay Field out there.
Harry, move.
Well, he's not coming, he's not going to be there, is he? So they've got to find a way out of it. But at the moment, they're struggling. And I think what Matt Pete will be most disappointed with is the physical battle that York are serving up to Wigan at the moment, and Wigan can't handle it.
Yeah, I think they've been more direct. I think they're more abrasive. I think they've carried with more intent. Vata, Mataafa, Paul Vaughan, there's Hingano now, but they've just carried with real intent. It's a high tackle here from Brad O'Neill and Sam Walters in the tackle. This is dangerous, isn't it? Dangerous for Wigan. 12-0, you can get it back. 18-0. Well, they're going to take the two. They're going to go for two with Danny Richardson, who's lethal.
Well, this is pretty straightforward. 30 metres out, just to the left of the post. Well, York Knights came here with a plan, and they are effecting it magnificently at the minute. And I think what they do here, adding another two on, John, we mentioned it was getting a bit jumpy around the Brick Community Stadium. That angst is going to get even worse.
Yeah, it's 3 scores. I like the play. Danny Richardson, this is meat and drink for him. Saying 85%. I'm giving him 100.
Sends it. Wigan fans are quiet because it's gone straight through the middle. 24 minutes gone. 14-0, the Knights lead. Another penalty. Ngannou was taken high. And York now are going to take everything on offer.
Well, it's a story that we weren't writing before the game. Expecting Wigan off the back of what I thought was an impressive cup performance to be better again. With some new combinations, no doubt. But Mark Applegarth and his men have had the better of it. Look, defended stoutly, like for 10 minutes under the pump, Mark.
Yeah.
A couple of big tackles, and then just managed to get down the other end and put points on it. Impressive to do that.
Yeah, it certainly is. You get the feeling Wigan could do with a try before the break here, because if York were to score next, this takes a completely different complexion, and they still roll forward here, York. Griffin takes it in.
Go for it.
Short pass, here's Hingano. Is that a shoulder charge from Kieran?
He's got to be careful, Adam Kieran.
Well, now works its way back here on the angle. Look at that.
Possession's right back. 71-29 won it for that first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
York have just had their hands on the pill for the last 10 minutes almost.
Yeah, they have. And it's all right completing your sets, but Wigan have not got anything to show for it yet.
Let's have a look at this Kieran shot. Just got to be careful there. Got to be careful. Another penalty here. Strong carry from Zach Eckersley. He's an athlete, isn't he? Hasn't trained all week. So why Nathan Lowe's on the bench, young winger, just in for cover in case Eckersley doesn't make it through. Strong carry.
Yeah, it was. Just like Kieran, was that more the York player hitting him rather than him hitting the player?
I just think he didn't have a chance to wrap. Almost didn't have a chance to wrap, but great carry from Eckersley. There's one thing that maybe York and Mark Applegarth will be frustrated with is 3 cheap penalties in the Wigan coming out of their half.
Yeah. Now 6 again as well, so it's all going Wigan's way in the last few seconds. Can they convert into points? They've had chances, they just haven't iced them. Short pass, Mago wanted to offload. Good tackle there. Really good tackle. Wraps up the ball there. Now they work it short. Junior December gets away. Can he find the pass? No, he can't. Great scramble again. Mata Afa, 6 again given away. I think that was a calculated gamble there. He tried to slow things down. Here's Mago, risky pass, but it's a good one. Now they've got to an edge. Miss out pass for Eckersley. Scramble again is great from York.
Great scrambling. Is it Hingano around the back? Desperation.
Now there's going to be a penalty here. Oh, 10 minutes in the bin. 10 minutes in the bin. Well, Hingano it is who's seen yellow here. Deemed to try and slow it down, and Marcus Griffiths is having none of it.
Yeah, it's just 3 consecutive cynical penalties, wasn't it? Certainly, Matafa was just trying to slow it down, just to buy his team time, just to prevent, felt like what was an inevitable score for the Wigan Warriors, and then Hingano in a similar situation, cynically just trying to hold Eckersley down. It's great cover from him, it's great contact. He probably earns the right actually because he biffs Eckersley. It's a big moment that.
It is. Moment. Huge moment. Well, he's taking his time getting off. He's given his colleagues every chance to get a breather. Wigan are ready to go, but until Ngannou leaves the field, they can't get back underway. Big 12 minutes, 10 of them down to 12 for the Knights. They lead by 14 though.
Time on, go. No tackling for one.
Here's Havard.
Away now. Line.
Well, their scramble has been magnificent. They're going to need more of the same if they're going to hang on here. Farriman gets it away to Smith. Out the back they go. Chance for Marshall. They won't stop him this time. Marshall grounds it in the corner. 12-man York undone finally by the Wigan Warriors. Marshall over. 4 points off the deficit.
Yeah, just down a man in the defensive line, and it matters so much because when attacking teams look up, they just immediately know where the numbers are and how to exploit them. And why did Wigan exploit it on their left-hand side? Prolific. Liam Marshall with the try, but it's well constructed. It draws Ben Jones-Bishop up and in, out of the line. It starts so tight. As I said, Hingano off the field for 10 minutes. We said that might be massive. Well, it's cost them 4 points here just by being down a troop. It's nice skill, isn't it, from Hodkinson? But York are in scramble mode here. Ben Jones-Bishop knows he has to try and come in and shut it down. Doesn't quite get his timing right. It's 4 points. Costly 4 points off the back of Hingano's yellow. Ben Jones-Bishop actually stays down after he jams in to make contact with the Wigan fullback. York will be hoping he's okay. He's had some big touches, hasn't he?
He has.
In the first half.
Tough kick for Kieran.
Again, we spoke about how competent Danny Rich is. Kieran kicking at 86% last season. You know, that's as good as... We always speak about rugby union, don't we? Comparisons, that's as good as any rugby union kicker in the world.
Yeah. So it's 51% to kick this.
I think that's unfair. Back him. What are you saying?
Well, it's going for Wigan tonight. Maybe not.
No.
He's a heck of a kicker, though.
He is.
Right, Ben Jones-Bishop looks to be okay.
It's actually an important kick, isn't it? You know, just when York have slotted that 2 points over with a penalty, 3-score game, These really matter.
Yeah, they do. Can they add the extras from out wide? Kieran. Strikes it pretty well, strikes it really well. 51%, never in doubt, John Wilkin.
Oh, I know we don't often do replays, but can we do a replay of the conversion? Said no rugby league fan ever. Yeah, big tackle from Hingano. He said just a bit of extra juice on the floor to try and slow Eckersley down. He's off for 10. Wigan move the ball left. Marshall in Akers. 4 points, turn 6 off the Kieran kick. Wigan back in it. Wigan back in this.
In your opinion, adjust Simbini?
I think he's a little bit harsh, but the problem is for Marcus Griffiths, there's maybe 3 cynical moments leading up to that, and he's probably gone, look, that's enough. There's enough gamesmanship here. You're pushing this too far. So, no, I'm backing the referee there. That's the right call.
Yeah, the Mata Afa one on the other side of the field didn't do him any favours, did it?
That was arguably the worst of the two, but Hingano victim to what had gone previously.
Can York now muscle up defensively down to 12? Oh, did he? Looked like he was trying to offload that Mago, didn't he? Farriman gets it away to Walters. Walters just ambles his way over the 40-metre line. Well, what a first half an hour it was for York, but has that Simbinning just turned things against them here? Short pass, December's through, but has he got support with him? He's waiting. Ball away, here's Farrell, gets it to Marshall. Marshall's going to go in for a double. Wigan go back-to-back. Junior December rampages through in the back row. And there's another try for Marshall. It's all going wrong for the Knights.
Well, I've waxed lyrical about York's intent when they've carried the ball. And there's something undeniable as Liam Marshall scores his 3rd try in 2026. About when somebody runs with venom and punches onto a ball. There's a number of guys in the York team who've done that incredibly well here tonight. Well, it's Junior and Semba who does it. Comes from width. It's the combination of Farriman and Partington who's gorgeous and square, and that's how to run a line. It's a poor read from Sam Wood. He's probably going to come in and help Danny Richardson. A poor attempt from Danny Richardson. It's a great offload and beautiful hands on the end of it for the Marshall try. Just broken to pieces by this barnstorming carry from Nsemba now. As a fullback, there's nothing scarier than that, is there? He does well, does Mata Afa. Marshall with his 2nd of the night. And York, from feeling so dominant and looking so dominant for maybe a 10-minute period after that yellow card, have been in tatters.
All of a sudden now, it's a big period for them, isn't it, going into half-time here. At 14-0, they look destined to be in front.
That's rugby. Its momentum matters more this year than ever before because it changes so quickly and it's hard to get the ball back. Teams are having the ball for 5, 6, 7, 10 minutes periods, and it's what you do in that 10 minutes. So we had Wigan, the opening 10 minutes, couldn't get anything done. York have had a great 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes has all been about Wigan. Ebb and flow has changed.
Well, he's just nailed one from closer to the sideline than this. Just to get them within 2. And still 5 minutes of the Simbin remain. He's not got that one right, just pulls it across the face of the post. So it remains a 4-point lead for York. They probably would have taken that 32 minutes in, but just a little bit more dicey now.
Yeah, it just feels a bit more out of control. Love this. We spoke about maybe Wigan's attack not being on the mark. Partington on the field does a great job. And Semba runs a beauty of a line. Rips Samwood's inside shoulder. Clean off. It's a great offload and support from Liam Farrell and Marshall on the outside. It's a tidy, well-constructed try. No doubt York could have dealt with it better. But there's a lot of moving parts moving at full speed. Can't overestimate the importance of Ollie Partington there.
What's he thinking right now?
I think he's happier than he was 8 minutes ago because his side have just, I think, cottoned on. Maybe it took him a little bit too long to realise we've just got to rip onto the ball hard and carry.
Well, York were involved in a bit of a shootout with Warrington, weren't they? A couple of weeks ago, they came out on the wrong end of a high-scoring game there. It's Partington.
Josh, move now. Hold. Go free.
Pretty even game. York made more metres than Wigan.
That's probably where I've thought the game's at, and that's why York are ahead, because they've probably been more effective But this guy's made a difference, hasn't he, Mago? He's come on and sped the game up for Wigan through the middle.
Here's Smith, time to run forward, sends it high. Marshall and Farrell after Ben Jones-Bishop, collects it, and now looks to counter inside his 10, gets up to the 10, done well, the experienced Ben Jones-Bishop.
Yeah, nearly got away from Havard, didn't he? The Yorker blowing here, now Mark. You see now, I think Cook and Barnforth still upstream, still not behind the ball. It's a good carry though from Nofaluma.
It is. And he does get a penalty. He's done really well there. Really well for the Knights.
Yeah, he's earned the right to play that ball. Kieran's been done. And then Kieran just tries to slow it. As I've been saying all night, if you lose it, get out of there. It's Marcus Griffiths, and all the referees this year are going to ping you. And Wigan are pinged there. And York needed that because they were visibly rattled. As I said, Kieran's just lost this contact right at the death and just has a grip around his waist. Clear penalty, and it just allows York, with but 6 minutes left in this half, to just get a breath more than anything.
Yeah, no, they're out of their own half. That's the main thing. What can they do now with ball in hand? All carried forward by Martin. Short side play. Another Wigan player bounces out of a tackle. Ball's gone backwards, it's play on.
Paddy, move! Find me again, Brad. Wait!
Oh, slow to his feet here is Martin. Gets up low.
I was trying to say there's been a crusher there.
Okay, cross the chest.
Ball now works its way into the hands of Griffin. He bounces out of one, wrapped up on the 20-metre line. They're going down the short side again. Mataafa has been so good tonight for York. Wrapped up, another big carry for him. What can they do end of the set? McShane wants it. He's just going to send it back down the short side. Somebody's got to deal with this. Ball batted dead by Wigan. McShane's kick right on the money. You're going to get the ball back, you would imagine, courtesy of a goal line restart.
Yeah, just a smart, deft little touch from Paul McShane. It's got to be so accurate that he lands that 50 centimetres out from the Wigan line. Eckersley left with no real choice, with Noah Faluma breathing down on him, but to pat it dead. Big moment.
Massive.
How big would it be for York to get another one on the scoreboard here? Just to counter punch again, like they did in that first 10 minutes. Absorb, and then strike back. This massive moment in the game.
Well, that's a great goal line restart.
Massive.
Wigan are going to meet York over the 40-metre line. That is a big win for the Warriors. Just pushes York back. Well, they are doing, they're running down that sin bin period. Brad O'Neill goes hunting, finds a tackle.
Yeah, that's big, isn't it? Just 2 minutes left for Hingano in the sin bin.
Oh, missed tackle. Ball wide by Williams, finds Nofaluma. Nofaluma cuts back in field. He's crabbing across the field, finds an offload to McShane, finds Richardson. Richardson wants to drop the ball back underneath for Jesse D. He'll take it forward, and York are doing a good job here. They're frustrating Wigan. Are they about to strike right before the break? Quick play of the ball. On their bike go the Knights again. Good run from Barnforth. 10 out from the line. McShane waits to the left. Richardson to the right. Set restart. Another set here for York. This is a big passage of play in this match. York down to 12. Poised to strike. D with the footwork. Almost got him away from Smith. But Wigan hanging on here on their own line. Ball swings back now. Mataafa drops it back. They're just going to run at Farrell again. December makes the tackle. 2 metres off the Wigan line. Still got tackles in the bank, York. McShane miscues. It goes backwards. Play on. Richardson gets it away. Mataafa. Trouble here for Kieran's got to make the tackle. He does make the tackle. Does he get his man in touch? No. Still got 2 left here, the Knights. Slow play of the ball. Short goes Griffin. He's turned away. Last one here. McShane again. Is he going to run the same play? No, this time he's coming across the field. Floats the kick towards Wood. Wood collects it, needs to find an offload, and he can't. Wigan, to be fair, scrambled and dealt with it well.
Yeah, they did. It was a great scramble from Wigan. Some desperation there from the Warriors. Finally, just getting the hunger and the appetite you expect from minute one. Well, we see it there from Warriors. Defending their own line gallantly. big moment. I'll tell you what, this is a big moment as well. 2 minutes left. Marcus Griffiths, yardage penalty. Mark Applegarth at half-time will understand. This team simply cannot piggyback Wigan out of the half like they have done here. They got away with it in the opening 10 minutes, didn't they?
Yeah.
Through some big tackles, but it's really cost them.
It has. Here now is Farrell. There's Ngannou back into the action with 13 on 13, but 2 tries in his absence for the Warriors. Here's Havard. Brushes off one. Shane makes the tackle. Time not a problem in this set for Wigan. Can they strike before the break? Can York hang on? Here now is Smith. Short pass. Gets Havard away. Havard rumbling forward. Is looking for support. Cook makes the tackle. Ball now works its way towards the young fullback. Nice footwork. Oh, still going. What footwork here. Brilliant from Hodkinson. Gets it away to Junior December. December going to be wrapped up. Last one here. York desperate to hang on. Can they take the lead to the break? Smith hooks it towards the far side, towards Kieran. Ball batted back, but knocked on by Kieran. York survive. In fairness, their goal line defence has been outstanding.
Yeah, in the main, rock solid. Barring when they were down to 12 men when Ngannou was in the bin for 10. They've looked great defensively. Loads of scramble, loads of effort. It's not always been pretty, but just made some big tackles and big decisions to keep Wigan out. I'll tell you what, that footwork from Hodkinson, there'll be some middle players. Oh.
What about that footwork from Barnforth? Richardson puts it down, went backwards. Last play of the half here. York. Oof. Is that a penalty?
High shot.
No, that will be it. What a first 40 minutes here. Newly promoted York came and they came to play, but that's some big defending to do on their line. Couple of big tackles from Ben Jones-Bishop and from Paul Vaughan. But it was David Norfoluma who put York in front. Then when Paul Vaughan crashed over from close range, 3 kicks from Richardson, York were 14-0 to the good. Ngannou was sin-binned. And then it changed, a double for Marshall. Means at the break here, it's Wigan 10. York Knights 14.
Defensively, just don't give anything soft away. I think the bigger message might be for Mark Applegarth. Some kick-off by Danny Richardson. It might be just to not concede penalties in these areas. That's where York have let themselves down. If in any area, it's that.
Yeah. Conceded 5 penalties overall, but 4 of them were when Wigan were bringing the ball out of their own end. And
yeah, just a really cheap way to let a team like Wigan out of the half. Just got to cut that out. Just concede when they're beaten and let Wigan go. Deal with the consequences off the back of it.
Yeah, here goes Partington. Works his way forward. Second spell with the Warriors. O'Neill gets it to Thompson. Thompson over halfway. Good defence though from the Knights. Ball now gets into the hands of Smith. Hoists it high. A tester for Mata Afa. Collects it. Oh, what a tackle. Junior December. That was like a tackle back.
Pushed that very close, did Junior December, to being offside on the Harry Smith kick. He timed it perfectly, I think, but just a big contact.
You said how difficult it's been to handle Mata Afa. That's maybe the best way to get him under high kick and smash him.
Send Junior December out of a cannon towards him. Sorted.
Be very interesting here if York get the next try. 14-10 to the good. Just seen Matt Peake walk past us up on the gantry.
It's one area Jack Farman the half, he's got some development to do. It's just that defensive stuff. You know, Faluma's just bumped him a few times, end up on the deck, rolling out of contact. The teams see that and they just end up doing it. You end up getting spotted. Teams are just going to run at him, square him up.
Yeah, it's a pretty unforgiving world, isn't it? The Super League.
Well, teams sniff weakness and then they go after it, don't they?
Yeah. So, right. What's the win predictor saying now? Still in favour of the league leaders, Wigan.
It's so interesting to see if York get on the scoreboard first, what happens to that?
I think if York scored first, that'd go 50-50. That's got to happen yet. Wigan on the attack. They were 14-0 up, York. Last one for Wigan. Here is Smith. He's going to send it high. He's going to invite Noah Faluma. Kieran's after him. Ball's on the deck, picked up. Here's Eckersley. Puts the brakes on. Flicks the ball out the back. Taken by Farriman. Nowhere to go. And the ball is going to be a turnover.
Chaos. Chaos. It's not a bad spot to turn the ball over. You know, Jack Farriman knows dying with the ball here. The Harry Smith kick is a smart play. Just puts York in what the Canberra Raiders call the coffin. 10 in, 10 out. Tough to get out of. And yeah, Wigan will aim up here defensively, you would say. Just going back to that first half, for people who missed it, Ngano's yellow card for York, 28 minutes, hugely important. 2 Liam Marshall tries after it.
Yeah.
So if you're just tuning in after half-time, that was the story. It was all York before that.
Yeah, certainly was. Ngano's absence punished with 2 Marshall tries after York had opened up with Noah Faluma and Paul Vaughan. Last one for York on the 40. Richardson will send it downfield. Former Super League Dream Team halfback Danny Richardson. He's had an awful lot of bad luck with injuries, hasn't he?
He has, and he's just looking for a home, isn't he? And consistency, and just to get on the field. That's a great ball from Eckersley.
It is. Kieran juggled it. Ngano comes across, put the charge on. Kieran takes the meters on offer. That was a lovely pass from Eckersley.
Silky.
Wigan on a bit of a roll. Ball now goes to Partington. Finds Smith. Fires it wide to Farrell. Farrell cuts back in on the angle.
Zach Eckersley, take a bow.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Now they're going short side. Here's December. Just couldn't get the arm free. Marshall was unmarked. They couldn't find him. Wigan's first chance now to really put some pressure on the York line. Partington wrapped up 5 out. Plays it a bit too quickly. A bit too quickly. Now, is that touch or is that the turnover? Well, Partington maybe needed to be a little bit more aware of what was around him there. Too quick the play of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, there needs to be somebody in the Wigan shirt acknowledging that Ollie Partington's landed on all fours and he's going to play the ball. It was Luke Thompson who just shot back to where. Disappointing end for Wigan, but again, good scramble, good desperation from York. They're happy just to repel Wigan once more.
The longer they can hang on, the more nervous this building becomes. 5 gone second half, as we were at the break.
Yeah, Mata'afa and Noah Faluma have done just a great job, haven't they? You know, whenever York feel like they've been bogged down by Wigan's defence, one of them two's come up with something, a quicker ruck, a strong carry, got them on the front foot. And York just ease over the Wigan halfway, 55-metre set from York.
Yeah, McShane behind Ngano. Ngano will send it high. Eckersley will come across to collect it on his own 10. He'll bring it forward, runs at McShane. McShane gets just enough of the Wigan winger. And York knock out another set, something that they've done pretty well tonight.
They have, yeah, consistency with the ball. And I said direct route one. And this is what
if they lose this game, John, this is what is going to be the problem, isn't it?
That's what you're looking at in review. Mark Applegarth, they've queued up in review, ill discipline, dealing with Wigan coming out of their end. Five times now, gifted possession in territory to Wigan.
Tap restart taken, and Wigan are 40 out. They're building up a bit of pressure here, start of the second half. York hanging on desperately. Here's Thompson. Another big carry from him. O'Neill, pressure, but December gets it away, finds Hodkinson, gets it away to Farrell, finds Marshall. They're starting to find 1 or 2 passes now, Wigan. Short pass to Partington, almost through again. He's been a threat middle of the field. They managed to roll him over, set restart. Partington earning more tackles. Here's Smith. Smith straightens up, gets it away now. Hodkinson holds on again, turns it back to December, fancies a run at the line, slips the ball away. Griffin got just enough of Havard and maybe stopped the big man from rumbling in from close range. Here's O'Neill. O'Neill dummies, shimmies, goes in alone, trying to power his way to the line, but he can't get it over the line. Just stopped in the field of play. Ball messing about. It's another set of 6. O'Neill's got to be careful with the lashing out, though. I understand the frustration, but he can't overdo it. Here's Smith. York raced off the line there. Havard. Wigan. Are they going to be patient here, John? How do they play this?
No, they're going to have to fire a shot. It's got to come up with something. Big play.
Well, there it was. Walters was through, but he lost it. He lost it. Nick Williams ankle tackle from Kieran.
Wow.
It looked like Wigan were in, but they spilled the ball and York survive again.
Oh, Walters was in, wasn't he? It's such a big play. Again, York so desperate. Just coming up with huge plays, one after the other. It's Nick Williams, wasn't it? Came up with the possession, made the break, and now York, from being in the pits of despair, defending their own line, back in the Wigan half.
Their goal line defence at times has been outstanding.
And it's had to be, because they've gifted Wigan that opportunity to attack the line so many times. But they've really turned up for each other.
They did. Hingano finds Griffin, gets it away. Manta Ava, quick hands here. Nofaluma couldn't take it in. And he's put it down. And an attack, a promising one, comes to nothing. What a start to the second half.
Yeah, just frantic. Walters is in. It's Hingano just manages to dislodge it. And Williams who races away. Big plays, big defensive plays from York all night, without a doubt. But just on the end of that, just a bit casual, wasn't it, from Williams and Nofaluma? Just right at the end here, just turning over possession. We said about how well they've completed sets. Like, you've just absorbed all that pressure. For me, just get to your kick on that set. They created an opportunity, but I'd much rather see York get oxygen in, just get to a kick. Mark Applegarth will be delighted with his side's effort, though.
Oh, he will. And so he should be. So he should be. 2 wins from 4. They're into the quarterfinals of the Challenge Cup. All in all, a pretty successful year so far. Long, long way to go, of course, but it's a good start. Here's Thompson. The forwards are starting to make some inroads now for Wigan. O'Neill finds Mago. Mago, the go-to man, sent on again to lead this Wigan pack downfield. He'll play it 20 away. O'Neill finds Partington, gets it away. Out the back they go. Hodkinson, ball over the top, looking for Marshall for the hat-trick. Did he get it over the line? I'm not so sure, but the referee says it's a try on the field. It will, of course, get checked. Is it another last bit of defensive heroics? There's no big tell from Marshall. Maybe that is. Maybe there is.
I would say that's a little bit of a tell.
He was bluffing.
He was bluffing. He was bluffed us all. It was again Partington beautifully square. Hodkinson, he's had a good night tonight. It's a huge defensive play.
Did he touch it down?
Wow. What about the defensive players? It's Sam Wood. He's just backing off, pedalling, buying time, gets out there, gets hands on Marshall. Oh.
Does the ball hit the corner flag?
Let's have a look.
I think the ball might hit the corner flag.
Yeah. Tight.
Now having a look at this upstairs.
What do you think? What do you think?
He went to put it down, but did he like put it down and pick it back up again? Who cut the grass? Well, this is tight, really tight here. But I think what they're going to say is that the ball never actually touched the ground.
This grip spray It's Liam Marshall's hands. He's got grip spray on his hands now. For people who don't know much about the game, look, it's great, isn't it? Hodkinson. I think they're just
going to look here. Is that a late hit in the centre of the field?
Sam Cook on Partington. They're just having a look at that to see if there's much in it. It's going to be a penalty to Wigan though for that hit. We're going to go back for the penalty.
That's what they're saying. There's going to be no try on field, but they're coming back for a late hit.
Yeah, so it's going to be a penalty here for Wigan. But the grip spray's cost Liam Marshall a try there. The ball was almost down and it's stuck in his hand. That's how much of that stuff he's got on there. Hey. Good scramble from York as well. Sam Wood to get over and put that pressure on Marshall. But penalty conceded for the Cook hit on Partington in the middle.
Worth a mention as well, the pass from Noah Hodkinson to get Marshall away.
Yeah, he's had a tidy. He had a hand in the first Marshall try. Similar. All those nuanced skills of fullback that you think you learn maybe later in your career. He's showing some great signs.
Here they go again. Wigan knocking furiously at the York door, but York refusing to let them in. Smith back for Junior December. December powering his way. Can he get the ball over the line? He can. How many York players were on him there?
It's a good result for York though. They pulled him back over the goal line, which means they have to retreat back 10 and play it.
Here goes Partington, short pass to Ellis, wrapped up, 5 out from the line. Wigan asking questions. York at the moment coming up with the answers. Kieran, good tackle, good one-on-one shot there. Had to be as well. Nikhil Williams it was. Here's Farriman, hoists a kick high. This is a good kick.
Backwards.
Down on the ground, it's still the last one. Wigan need to find a play. Wigan might find a play, they will! Hodkinson is over! The young fullback scores his first Super League try for Wigan, and it could be a huge one. We're all level at the brick. Wigan 14, York 14.
Oh, good leaves evidence, doesn't it? It leaves marks, and there's so much good about this young kid. Footwork, balance. But his game smart's here tonight. His game IQ, his rugby IQ has been of the highest order. Some beautiful touches and hands in other people's tries. Well, he's manufactured this one all by himself. Anticipation. And this is where footwork's dangerous. York defenders just stood. D tries to get him. He slips out. I'll tell you what, the power he shows, strength through his hips to push off D, who comes across and makes a good hit on him, to then accelerate away, up to speed quickly, the young guy. Big play, huge play from Noah Hodkinson.
Yeah, wonderful. Try is confirmed, we're all level. Matt Peake looks on. A young gun getting his chance, and he makes it count. Kieran to put Wigan in front for the first time tonight.
Yeah, big, huge play from the young guy. Been doing a lot of work with Sam Tompkins. One-on-one work with Sam Tompkins. Tactically, Noah Hodkinson is. You'd expect Kieran to pop this one over, Mark.
Well, 90%. Quite a given, is it? But midway between the touchline and the post. He's 1 from 2. This to put them in front for the first time. Just under half an hour remaining. The pressure got too much. Are they going to be behind for the first time?
Shot clock off. Time back on.
Kick is good. Wigan, league leaders, unbeaten league leaders in front, courtesy of that young man's first Super League try for the Warriors.
Yeah, you love to see it, don't you? The young guy getting his chance, taking it. Really good against Bradford last week in the Challenge Cup. Backed up again here tonight with some nice touches, great strength, great speed, good game awareness, willingness to compete and just find space and take advantage of it. Teammates love it. He should love it too. That's a crucial score. We'll go back to York's problem. If there's one thing that they've got wrong, it's discipline, isn't it? And willingness to try and slow Wigan down to a point where you're relentlessly conceding 6 again.
Off the ball.
Well, they've got away with it to some extent at times, but it cost them there.
Yeah, it did. Oh, that's not a good pass. Ball on the ground. And Marshall has got his team out of trouble there. That could have gone anywhere. Here's Junior December. Carries, good strong run from him. He's been good tonight.
He's looked dangerous, hasn't he? And again, I think when him, Thompson, and this man Mago have really sort of stepped back and come onto the ball with conviction, they've just looked different players.
Yeah, ball downfield will bounce. So it got a horrible bounce. Hata Afa is going to have to chase it on his own line. The Wigan chase is on him, and he's going to be tackled, or is he? Oh, almost got away. He's been outstanding tonight.
Hasn't he? He just slips through contact, comes out the other side, falls on his front, generates speed for York. What signing, what player he is.
Wigan now looking to force an error from York. No panic for York. 2 points in arrears. Plenty of time to turn that around. Good carry, gets them up towards the 40-metre line. Good work. Here is Hingano, gets it to Richardson, ball over the top. Farrell raced out of the line, bit of space on that far side for Wood. He's brought down by Junior December, last one. December left on the ground, no markers for Wigan. Hingano going to send it high across field. It's a heck of a high kick. They've let it bounce. There could be trouble. It hits Eckersley in the face. This is going to be a play on. Still the last one, Sangare. And that is going to be a turnover. Now, York will ask the question. Eckersley's running towards the ball. It's hit him.
I mean, he's surely played at the ball. I know it's hit him in the face.
I think they're going to challenge this, aren't they?
Liam, there's no tackle.
They are going to challenge this. Well, we'll hear what the video referee has to say about this.
Okay, it's tackle 5. We've cleared everything up to this point. Just watch the actions of Eckersley. He's moving towards the ball to try and take possession of it. Does he then play at that ball? Let's just explore some other angles. He's moving towards the ball to take possession. The ball then bounces and just hits him in the face. Yes, he's always, if we look at camera 8, he's always still moving towards the ball to try and take possession. So that ball is then played at. He's always moving towards it. He's trying to take possession and the bounce just doesn't go in his favour. So we'll see what happens from here. So there's no touch by Wigan. Sangare takes possession. And he's then tackled. The challenge is successful. It's going to be tackle 1, Sangare to play the ball.
Yeah, I don't have any disagreement with that at all. Zach Eckersley running towards the ball. He's playing at the ball, isn't he?
Of course he is. The bounce just beat him. The bounce was almost quicker than his hands could react. It's a challenge successful. And a good challenge there from York. Eckersley always committing to go and get that ball.
Should someone have called out on the full? Is that maybe where the problem...
Without a doubt, yeah. Hodkinson or Eckersley had to come for it. Hodkinson didn't want it. Eckersley came for it. Without a doubt played at the ball.
Yeah, well, sometimes you need the bounce of the ball to go your way. It went the York way there. 25 left. They've got a chance here, the Knights, to get back in front. Ball to Sangare. He carries up inside the... about 5 away. Barnforth, short pass. Oh, I thought there was a chance there for a moment for Cook. It opened up, but Wigan closed it down. They'll play it up against the posts. Ball now to Richardson, gets it away. Ball, beautiful hands, but Williams has knocked it on, but there's a penalty.
Offside.
Wigan are offside.
Adam Kieran looked like he got really far upstream. He's protesting with Marcus Griffiths. It was Adam Kieran who's suspiciously far into that York defence, York attacking player. You know, as the play's unfolding, Adam Kieran's there. Usually means he's just a yard, and he's just a yard offside. look, Wigan would have dealt with that anyway. They had a number of people coming round to defend out the back of that.
Got a 7 minute, Danny.
It's a chance here for Danny Richardson to just draw level.
Yeah, certainly is. Right. Well, York needed a chance. They got the bounce of the ball, then they get the penalty. Can they turn it into 2 points and level up the match? Not hanging around here, Danny Richardson. For a level game. Strikes it through the middle. 16 each, 23 minutes left. And once again, York Knights are asking questions of Matt Peace's Wigan Warriors.
Yeah, the bounce of the ball went their way, didn't it? It was a great kick from Hingano, height on it. Zach Eckersley and Hodkinson, one of them had to come and take it. They didn't. Mark Applegarth and Chris Thorman to his left will both know that there's going to be more points in this game, and they've just got to hang tough here. But Vata need to get Paul Vaughan back out there.
Yeah, be a question of how many minutes has he got left in him. Paul Vaughan scored a try. There is Sangara, who's been feeding on minimal minutes in the last few weeks. Well, now works its way forward again. Tackle is made on Ollie Field.
Yeah, if you bear in mind that York at the minute have got Paul McShane, Vaughan on the sidelines. Possession has swung well back in Wigan's favour, hasn't it?
About 10, that to be fair.
Yeah, but it's all level. What a good carry from York. Last one. There is Paul Vaughan, ready to come back on. End over end kick. Hodkinson. Oh, I'll tell you what, I didn't fancy him for that, John, but he got there and made it look easy in the end. And now he finds an offload to Eckersley. Eckersley goes forward, and they start 32 up from their own line.
Oh, he did so well. He did so well there. Looked like he was out of position. Had all the confidence to just get there and take it. And
that's going to be a penalty. Well, Cook is protesting here, saying that Marshall offloaded it, but well, they've got a challenge if they want to use it, but
no, the ball rarely comes out at that speed unless there's been a hand on it, unless it's been raked.
Well, they're going to challenge it. They're going to challenge it. They're asking the question again.
Challenging the decision of a ball steer. The live rule he needs was 2 players in the tackle. He's then pulled off the tackle and stole the ball. Xavier.
Okay, tackle 2, York are challenging the ruling of a ball steal. The first aspect of this is to work out. So Jesse D comes off there to allow Sam Cook to steal the ball, which he's not allowed to do. That still constitutes 2 players being involved in the tackle. We'll just check that Cook does steal the ball. So you can see there's a clear hand around the ball and a clear reefing motion to pull the ball out. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Well, they chance their arm, but not allowed to do that. Release. The second man can't release. It's still a 2-player tackle. Yeah, Cook frustrated.
Yeah. I think it was just a roll of the dice from York. They'd be pretty certain that they were the wrong side of that, and they were. Cook just tells him to get out and reef it. He should know that rule, really.
Here is Walters.
Ollie off the ball! 6 again, you stay on
Set restart for Wigan. Here goes Ellis. Ellis offloads back to Mago. Mago rampaging forward. Good effort again. Ball's on the ground. I think that's play on. So the referee going to deem here.
I think there's 2 knock-ons here, Mark. One from Mago, one from York attempting to pick it up. This will be a York scrum.
Yeah, well called, John. Well, it looked like he was on the rampage. It was Mata Afra who got his body in front again here and come up with a big stop.
Yeah, he's had a good stint as Mago. He's just trying to rip his arm free just to get an offload, create a bit of second phase, create a bit of doubt in that York defensive line. Well, just comes up with the error, but he's had a telling involvement in Wigan coming back into this game. The Hingana yellow card, of course, was massive, but certainly Mago's sped the game up, hasn't he?
But for all their pressure second half, Wigan only the one tried to show for it.
Yeah, York have been desperate from minute 1 here tonight. In fact, minute 1 of the season, there's been an element of desperation of how they've defended. you've got to really care for each other and have unity. Paul Vaughan now back on the field, things you love to see. With just 20 minutes left in the game, is get your big best men out there. See Paul McShane back on shortly as well, you'd imagine. But some real desperation from York, real spirit from Mark Applegarth's team.
Shot goes in on Barmforth. He'll play it on his own 40. Last one, they're going to send it high. It's a tester again for Hodkinson. He's got pressure coming. That's Arthur collects him. What a well-timed tackle that was.
Oh, welcome to Super League.
Never took his eyes off it and held on to it.
Oh, I did well. And he's going to take many and more of them, is the young lad. Good timing from Matt Arthur. It's quite easy to get that wrong when you're running at such speed. It was a fair challenge. Yeah, nice rugby from everyone, that. Good kick, good chase, great take from Hodkinson.
Yeah. Well, they're going to ask questions of the young fella. And so far, he's come up with some good answers. Who's going to win this match? Quarter of it remaining. They're going to send it high. It's a wobbly old kick. Norfoluma under it will catch it. And he'll be tackled 20 off his own line.
It's a wobbly old kick. It was a wobbly old kick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't middle it for sure, but that just made it interesting and awkward for Norfoluma, who actually dealt with it pretty well. You spoke about York just looking a bit gassed, and elements in that back end of that first half. Just seeing a bit of that here now.
Triple header tomorrow, early start. Toulouse St Helens, 6 o'clock start tomorrow night, Sky Sports Plus. Double header on Saturday, Warrington Cass and Catalan Sulker are live from 3. Sunday we're at the MKM as Hull take on Leeds. And the Bench podcast every Monday with Jenna and John. High kick. Hodkinson let this one bounce. He got a beautiful bounce. All with Hodkinson brings it forward. Who have you got on the podcast this week, John?
It's a great question. I do know that. I'm just going to think about it and let you know in a minute when I remember.
Do you need to phone a friend?
I do.
I feel like I've thrown you under a bus there, John, but I was gambling on you knowing the answer to that one.
I really do know the answer. It's just, this game's so enthralling, Mark. I can't get my head in anywhere else.
Good answer. Well done.
Move, boys. Go for it.
Wigan on halfway. O'Neill gets it away. Footwork from Farriman. Gets it back to O'Neill. O'Neill stumbled nowhere, going really anywhere there.
Joe Offengawi is the guest.
Well done. Here's a high kick. Wigan onside. Marshall's going to get to it. Bats it back for Junior December. Dumps it out the back. Little chip over the top. Woods looking back. Needs to get hold of it. He's going to be pending goal. He should be pending goal. He is.
Just looked too casual from Sam Wood, didn't it? I think he was struggling with a knock. Maybe blowing a little bit. Cade Ellis just knocked it over into the corner, and it just didn't feel like Wood got back there quick enough to even give himself a chance of getting out.
I think he's done well there. He didn't get a good bounce, did he? In fairness to him, he's done well.
Yeah, he did all right. I'll take it back. I think he's just a little bit tired. I'll give him that. And so he should be, actually. This full York team should be gassed, because for 63 minutes they've been clinging on, haven't they? Although they went ahead 14-0, they've done so much tidy goal line defensive work.
Well, this is a team that have been to 3 grand finals in a row.
Yeah.
And York are taking them all. York were in the championship last year. They're taking them all away.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Wigan should be worried, because York 2 1-point wins already this campaign. Are we going to get a third? Or can Wigan finally put this spirited York side to bed? There's still time. Ball swings its way wide. Hodkinson pass. What a pass. Kieran's in. Brilliant hands at the line. Hodkinson and Farriman involved in the build-up. Kieran powers over, and Wigan knows themselves back in front.
Yeah, I think it was Farriman actually with the last pass. I think he did exceptionally well. Kieran, second try this year. It was just patient from Farriman. What I like about this is when he actually ends up with the ball in his hands, he drifts, and then he could pass it there, he doesn't. He just pumps it and gets Nikhil Williams interested. He entices him in with his tempo. Just watch this. Tempo gets him interested. Game over. Kieran in. Patient play. again, just watch Farriman. We're always willing to do things so quickly all the time. Just that double pumps the ball. Whenever you move the ball as an attacker, the defenders move and react as though you've passed it. And Farriman, knowing that if he keeps threatening to throw it, Williams has got to make a read. After he threatens it, comes in, and Kieran's in. It was almost inevitable, though, you felt. Wigan have just had, again, so much goal line attack, with their key personnel missing as well, but got something together there.
Certainly did. Well, all the talk about no field, no French. Well, it's Hodkinson and Farriman that have produced the big plays in this second half that have got Wigan in front. Can Kieran convert his own try here? What have York got left? 15 minutes to come from behind. This is a big kick, 6-point ball game. If he makes it, and he has made it, never looked like missing. It's a wonderful strike from Kieran's left boot, and Wigan finally have a 6-point lead.
Yeah, it's a beauty. Beautiful try. Just reacting to an aggressive defensive line. Hingano came out, and then I love the patience. Love the patience from Farriman. So easy to get rushed into either throwing that over the top or firing it to Kieran early and letting the defence have a chance. It was beautifully timed.
Here's Sam Eze. Had to be patient on the sideline. He gets the last 15 minutes or so. You just wonder what have York got left. They have tipped everything into this.
They have. They need to summon energy from somewhere. Or you know what, also, they probably need a bit of luck, don't they?
Yeah.
They need Wigan to make an error, a penalty, something to go in their favour to get back into it.
It's important they don't let Wigan go back-to-back like they did in that first half. One try is perfectly manageable, two might not be. Here's Junior December now. Big see you later. But there are plenty of black and amber shirts in the picture. High kick. Mata Afa underneath it. Collects it inside the 10. Not sure he deserves to be on the losing side tonight.
Well, you just wouldn't be kicking the ball to him either. He's gone for more metres than anybody here tonight. 150 plus metres for him. And just effective at carrying the ball, innit? You'd be kicking away from him as much as possible.
Yeah. If they got a play in them, York, they're going to have to be brave if they want to win this game. They've been brave tonight, but they need something else. They were 14-0 to the good. How important the sin binning for Ata Hingano.
Massive, massive.
That's a good run. A good strong tackle, a big arm across the chest from Sam Walters. Barmforth gets it away.
Outside. Xavier 10.
Ball allowed to bounce again. Picked up by Marshall. We understand, we understand from pitch side that Paul McShane has got a hand injury.
Right, huge blow.
Yeah.
And we talk about how do York go on and win this game. Well, you felt like he was going to have to come back into the play to maybe unlock Wigan. They're certainly more effective round the ruck, aren't they? He brings people onto the ball so well. That dominance that York showed in, and maybe 15 minutes in the middle of that first half was all about Paul McShane bringing guys onto the ball, dipping under the ruck. Big blow.
Short pass, Eze going forward, gets a good offload back to Brad O'Neill. Finds Luke Thompson, the big forwards combining well, but York make their tackle. Last one, O'Neill will find Smith. He's going to send it down this near side. Eckersley and Kieran after Noah Faluma. Ball on the ground. It's gone backwards, and that will be a goal line dropout. Noah Faluma nowhere to go.
Yeah, wonderful kick from Harry Smith. Far too much time to just pick his spot. He can find a spot under pressure, but you give Harry Smith 4 or 5 seconds to choose where he puts it. He puts it 2 metres out. Under so much pressure from Eckersley was Noah Faluma. Could be huge. That blow of Paul McShane, that's a serious one. Spoke about how thin maybe the York squad is.
Yeah.
He's going to be crucial for them this year.
Going short here?
Yes.
They do go short. It's gone the 10. Oh, what a leap from Kieran. Like Superman through the air.
Yeah, he almost climbed up the back of Matt Arthur to get to it.
He did. Set a 6 from here then. Hodkinson with a big dummy. Wrapped up, gets the pass away, finds Ellis, fires it wide. Junior December. A try for Wigan now will surely kill off York. December taking them all on down the middle. Wigan, the league leaders, have been pushed to the limit tonight. Are they going to find the answers, or can York somehow stay in it to the bitter end here? As they run it, Walters tries to wrestle them off. 5 out. York have been heroic on their goal line. How much more have they got? Eze dumps it out the back. That may lead to a chance. Hodkinson stumbled, finds Junior December. Dummies wide, cuts back in. Does he run behind his own team? He's asking the question. He's told to get on with it. Look for a second like they had a break there, Wigan. Here now is Smith. Ball back inside. Thompson. Cook got enough of him. Last one. They're moving it wide now to Smith. The one-pointer. Cheeky, but effective. And it's now a 2-score lead with just 10 minutes to go. Harry Smith, cool as a cucumber. Wigan lead by 23 points to 16.
Oh, if that was in black and white, it was almost a 1950s drop goal from Harry Smith. Sat back in the armchair, pipe and slippers job, knocks it over so casually. And you've got to love Harry Smith and his control. It's a great take from Adam Kieran. You know, that gets possession back off the short dropout. And then Harry Smith just in the pocket, patient. So calm. I think he side foots it. He side foots it over.
It was like an end of practice effort, wasn't it?
Yeah, let's get in, lads. Good session.
Short again. Kieran again. What a catch again.
2 beauties, isn't it? 2 great takes from Adam Kieran.
Well, he scored a try in the second half, but maybe those 2 takes will be just as important for Wigan. York had to gamble, but in doing so, they invite Wigan into their territory again. Sam Eze, just what you want with 15 minutes left. Him coming on fresh as a daisy.
No, so many big bodies, isn't there? Walters, there he is. He's a 6'5". Eze, huge. Mago's just gone off. So, yeah, another 6 again for York. That's
it is Farriman. Little chip over the top. He's looking for Hodkinson. They've switched off. Oh, he didn't ground it. He didn't ground it. Matt Arthur had completely switched off. I don't think he knew that Hodkinson was there.
It's like a greyhound, wasn't he, Hodkinson, through the middle of the field. Good vision from Farriman. Bold play. Matt Arthur did. He did. He clocked off, hadn't he? Hodkinson had picked his pocket, really, just couldn't ground the ball.
Well, it was the first tackle, but it was a planned move.
Yeah, I think Adam...
Oh, that's a horrible pass. I thought it went forward, actually. The referee's happy to let play go on.
I'll say this, though, I don't think Farriman does that if Harry Smith hasn't just put them 2 scores clear.
Yeah.
I think it's a calculated gamble by the young half.
And to be fair, he'll argue his mate should have put it down.
Get to it.
Yeah, nice pass. Oh, Kieran. Big shot, but Field bounces up. He's off Holyfield. What a run that is. Well, if they get one here, York, who knows? It ain't over till it's over. And York are not giving in just yet. Hatta Ngannou has it. He gets it away. Oh, the pass fired. Noah Faluma just couldn't take it in. It was too hot for him. And that might just do it.
Nikhil Williams, David Noah Faluma combination. It's been exquisite defensively, but they just haven't really taken the chances on that edge. A couple of errors. They've created space, been under pressure from an aggressive Wigan defence and have just come up with errors. Nikhil Williams just forcing a hot one out to Noah Faluma, who couldn't reel it in, but York have got a chance to arm here. They've got to score in the next possession, haven't they?
You feel that, yeah. Here goes Farrell. Brad O'Neill, another big stint for him. Eze, York body's starting to get tired now. O'Neill explodes out of dummy half. Tackle made on halfway. Inside the final 7. Set restart again.
Too many. It's just too many.
Well, they've had 9-6 against tonight, Wigan, to the 3 of York.
You just can't consistently concede 6 against and expect to compete with the top side.
Oh, the head rocks back there. Cook on December.
Was it big or was it the hair? Made it look more dramatic. It made it look a bit more dramatic than it was.
It's Farriman, tries the old come and get me if you can, and it turns out they could. Starting to see a bit of swagger from Farriman in the latter part here. As he again takes it forward. Mark Applegarth will be keen here. The score doesn't get away from his side. Farrell on the last, he'll go to ground, and that'll be the turnover. Well, it looks like they've done enough. Was it a big hit or was it big hair? It was a big hit.
It was massive. It was massive. Get in there, Sam Cook.
Well, Sam Cook, formerly of York, now of Newcastle, on loan at York. If you're Mark Applegarth, are you looking to try and get him in permanently?
Yeah,
I mean, he's certainly poured his heart into it tonight. It's 43 tackles he's made.
He has, yeah, and look, he's filling in at number 9 now. Paul McShane being in the dressing room in his tracksuit now is an issue, isn't it?
It's a chip and chase. There's no Faluma on side. Oh, he doesn't get the bounce. Or does he? Or does he? They will get it back, York. Eckersley couldn't hang on to it. He did the hard bit and then dropped it. Here's Ngannou. I'm just saying, they'll hope the score doesn't get away from them, but they've not given up yet of winning this match.
No, that's maybe the bit of luck that they needed, Mark.
Yeah.
Just that bounce of the chip over, just dropping into the hands. Yeah, Cook, here he goes.
He's off. He's going, he's racing, he's backing himself. Ball back on the inside. They're going to score. Ngannou's over. York are still alive. They needed a bit of luck. And now they're right back in this match. 5 minutes remaining. And they scored. The referee, though, stops the clock here with 4 minutes 54 left. They're just going to confirm the try, but what a run from Cook.
Oh, we've just been speaking about him. His versatility, his work rate through the middle of the field. Stunning break from Cook, wasn't it?
It's on touch. You can set it, I'll just tell you when though, Danny. Got loads of time.
They're just checking whether Ngannou was stopped before the line or not.
Yeah, for a double movement, just having a look at it. But it's a great break from Cook, wasn't it? You know, we've just been speaking about his work rate. Well, that's lightning. Ngannou with great vision. Wow, it's such a big collision between Nsemba and Walters. Walters stays down after this. But Cook with the vision. Ngannou, great support.
This is going to be a try.
Of course it's a try.
Try confirmed. And Danny Richardson has got a kick here 10 metres out. It's going to be a 1 point game.
We said they had to score in the next possession and they've done it. Just what a game this has been. It's ebbed and flowed. Danny Rich, no doubt, slots it. 1 point ball game, Mark. Here we go. It's great support from Ngannou. It's sloppy from Wigan, but it's just what a tired York side needed. It's a great finish from him. The ruck was broken open, and after 43 tackles, numerous carries and energy and effort, that's a huge play from Cook, isn't it? In the middle of the field, absolutely gassed out on his feet, finds a gap, creates a line break, and puts it on a plate for Ngannou, who has the strength to ride out a huge challenge from Walters and Nsemba. They're definitely not going short here, Mark.
Well, the little chip and chase. Hodkinson didn't take it in. The chip over the top. Eckersley dropped it. Is it written in the stars that York are going to produce? And this would be one of the biggest upsets in Super League history in the 30 years that Sky Sports have been covering the Super League. If York win here, it's certainly going near the top of the list, but they've got an awful lot to do.
Well, they'd have a couple in there, wouldn't they? Round one was probably...
Oh, this is bigger than round one, I think.
Yeah, right up there, though.
It is.
Two big scouts, but they've got some work to do here. There's one thing you know when you come to this stadium, that we're going to scrap right now to the end, aren't they? Without a doubt.
Here's a 40-20 attempt. Hodkinson will get across. Oh, the backspin just took all the pace out of it. What's the chase like? Hodkinson looking to bring it forward. Tackle is made. Wigan not in a rush. Some tired Wigan bodies getting back now.
Yeah, Wigan need error-free. One pass off the ruck. Nothing flamboyant. Put Harry Smith in the pocket, get him to rifle one and deep into the corner, and then the game's theirs.
Paul, get off
Or
the
is it?
ball.
3.5 left.
Not early. Go free.
Another carry for Marshall.
Hold. Stop off the ball.
2 tries in the first half gave Wigan hope when they trailed 14-0.
Play on.
Partington, he's been good tonight, Ollie Partington.
Move
Been
ball.
great, yeah. I loved he's mixed his game up well.
Here is Smith,
Clear.
kicks.
Play on.
Ball
Look down,
collected,
come back
Ben
to-
Jones-Bishop, thought about the big pass, takes the tackle. 2 sets maybe, 1.5 sets
Get off
left
the
for York.
ball. Go on.
They'd love a penalty now, wouldn't they?
Oh, would they ever?
Well, they're moving it through the hands, but Kieran raced off the line and gets to Williams. No, Faluma it was, tackle. Ball now works down the short side. Miss out pass. Williams is away. Scramble will come back and get him. He's up towards the halfway line though. York are having a go. They've got 3 tackles left in this set. Hingano gets it away. Mataafa offloads the ball. No, Faluma looking for work in the middle.
Go for.
What can Cook do here? Gets it away to Richardson. Richardson takes it in. I'll tell you what, they're possibly in drop goal range here. Would you risk it? Garno still going. Oh, they've passed it away. They've passed it away. They got inside position to strike and they lost their way.
Oh, that was at one point Danny Richardson just screaming at his teammates. It was just a sloppy ball from Hingano. They just needed to take that tackle. They had a shot at drawing level.
They did. He would have had a shot to level up the match and take it to golden point.
You fancy Danny Richardson there, don't you? Great in those situations. It's a bombed opportunity. For York.
Well, they might get one more. They'll get half a set if the ball stays in play. What a game it's been. York, newly promoted, have pushed Wigan, the unbeaten league leaders, all the way. This is going down to the last couple of seconds, but they fine touch. It'll be a play of the ball 10 metres out. Not quite wide to West, John, but we're not far off it.
Yeah. Sam Cook, get back on side.
Yeah, hurry up, son. Oh, they would want that last passage of play on that last set again, wouldn't they?
Oh, nightmares. Stuff of nightmares.
It is. Look, you'd rather Richardson miss the drop goal, wouldn't you, than just drop the ball like that.
It was just a bit too casual. Just almost they'd forgotten where they were and what the game situation was. Big moment.
2, maybe 3 tackles left. Wigan have been pushed to the limit. And it might not be over yet. It might not be over. Kieran makes a tackle. And this might be it. This might be their last chance.
This is it. This is it, Mark.
10 seconds remaining. Mataafa needs to find a pass. He passes it straight to Junior December. And York's brave effort. It ends in absolute disappointment, but they're at it here. It's boiled over at the Brick Leighton. What a tussle it has been, but York agonisingly close to maybe taking it to golden point. And as it boils over at the end, Wigan's unbeaten start continues.
Yeah. Just a bit of frustration from Hingano. I think he ripped Nsemba's shirt, but didn't really like what happened after it. Harry Smith just went around trying to rip everybody else's shirts off in the weirdest.
He's not actually blown time yet, Marcus Griffiths, has he? So let's see what he makes of this. Well, he splits the teams. Well, it's going to be a penalty against York, so that will do it. That will do it. Yeah, that'll be a souvenir for someone.
Don't look bad when it's off, does it?
If I look like that, John, I wouldn't wear a shirt.
Oh yeah, I might rip my shirt off now just to see. What a game. Hey, top game of rugby league, that.
Brilliant. Lot to like from York. Wigan found a way. Second half, they'll be gutted, York. They came so close. They should have got themselves a chance at the end. And they came up with a bit of a misfire right when they really needed a bit of cool and calm.
Yeah, I thought their effort was exceptional.